Three operators, three deals, almost 15 million assets about to go underwater, not because they were inexperienced, but because they were stuck in 2022. What if I told you the gap between what your performance is and what's really happening on the ground is $60,000 per unit? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to avoid becoming the cautionary tale and how to be the one who walks away with a win. Look, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here because I've been doing this for 10 years and I've watched great operators, people who know what they're doing, get absolutely crushed because they trusted the same underwriting models that worked 3 years ago. Here's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to walk you through 3 underwriting errors that are killing deals right now. Not theory, real numbers from real deals I reviewed in the last few months. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to fix them before you sign your next LOI. So let me show you where this started. I started the morning I opened a model that looked perfect until one number exposed the entire lie. So 2 months ago, I sat down with an operator who'd been in the game for 8 years. Smart guy, solid track record. He brought me a 70 unit deal in Norfolk on paper. Beautiful. 7.5% cap rate going in, projected 18% IRR value add play, like renovations, the whole package. He wasn't reckless. He was doing what worked for years. I opened his underwriting model. Within 5 minutes, I saw it. Error number 1. You're using the 2022 operating expense ratio. So here's a problem. A solid operator brings me a deal in Norfolk, looks good, numbers check out, but he's using a 40% OER. Attempt? It worked for him in 2021 and 2022, so why not now? And here's a reality check. I pull 3 T12s, actual OER, 58%, not 43, not 45, 58%. And here's why that matters. On a 70 unit property with an average rent of $1,400 per month, that's 16% difference. That's a gap of $193,000 per year NOI gap. And what happens when you're short $193,000 per year NOI? Your property doesn't appraise. Your refinance doesn't work. Your investors don't get paid, and you're stuck holding a property that's bleeding cash. This operator almost signed a $6.2 million deal that would have been underwater on day one. So here's the solution. We walk through each driver, insurance, utilities, payroll, real numbers, real comps, and suddenly the deal's true risk is obvious. So what changed? Where did that extra 16% come from? 3 places. Insurance. In 2022, his comp we're paying $450 per unit per year. Today, $890 per unit. That's a 98% increase in 24 months. Utilities. Water and sewer in the Hampton Roads increased by 31% in the last 18 months. If you're not sub-metering, you're absorbing that, and your underwriting assumed 85 per unit per month. Reality, it's 112. Payroll and contract services, minimum wage didn't just go up. The cost of keeping good maintenance techs, leasing agents, property managers went up 25 to 40%. Your $35,000 salary assumption is now $44,000 just to get someone competent. But here's the thing. I thought that was the worst of it. And then I saw error number 2. Your renovation budgets are dangerously low. So here's a problem. He budgeted $8,500 per unit. Makes sense if it was still 2023. Now the attempt was his last reno went fine, but that was a year ago. And I asked him when he last renovated a unit. He said about a year ago. That's your problem. Now the reality check, we break it down. Labor, inspections, delays, costs up, timelines extended, renovations that were supposed to take 2 weeks now drag for months. Material costs have stabilized, but labor still climbing. And the real killer, permanent timelines and inspection delays. And here's what actually happens in 2025. The $8,500 budget becomes $12,200 per unit by the time you're done. Not because you went over the scope, because of delays, re-inspections, and the fact that the contractor you used last year is now booked for 6 months. Here's the real breakdown from a deal that closed a few months ago. Countertops went from $650 to $950 because supply chain delays meant they had to source locally. Flooring install went from $800 to $2,600 because the contractor's labor costs went up and 2 guys quit mid-job. Appliances stayed the same cost, but delivery installation went from $150 to $400 because of fuel surcharges and scheduling issues. Now multiply that by 70 units. You're $266,000 over budget before you even finish year 1. And here's the worst part. You didn't budget for loss to lease during the renovation period. You assumed you turn units in 14 days and release in 30. Actual timeline, 38 days for renovation, 52 days for lease out. That's 3 extra months per unit of lost rent. On a 70 unit property doing a rolling renovation, you just lost another $185,000 in year 1 revenue. Solution? We build a contingency. Had the timeline account for leasing lag, $266,000 saved on paper, but more importantly, a deal saved from failure. So now you're almost $500,000 off your pro forma, and we haven't even hit the 3rd error. In this one, this is the one that's killing experienced operators. You're using exit cap rates that don't exist anymore. Here's a problem. He underwrote a 6.5 exit cap, Sounds familiar, right? Now, the attempt was that's what used to trade at. That's what deals used to trade at, but that market's gone. And when I asked why, he said because that's what deals have been trading at. And he was right. In 2021 and 2022, 6.5, sometimes even 6 for stabilized Class B multifamily in Hampton Roads. Now, the reality check today, cap rates are around 7. That's $1 million of equity gap. But let me show you what deals are actually trading at right now in Q4 of 2025. 7% cap rates for stabilized assets, depending on quality, and that's if the property has strong rent growth and occupancy over 93%. So here's the math. If you underwrote a year 5 sale at 6.5 cap with a projected NOI of 525, your exit value is $8 million. If the market's actually trading at 7.5 cap, your property's worth $7 million. You just lost $1.08 million in equity. Your IRR went from 18% to 9.4%. Your equity multiple dropped from 2.1 to 1.4. You promised your investors an 18% return. You're delivering single digits. And here's the part that makes this dangerous. You don't see this error until year 5, until the day you go to sell, until the offers come in 1 million light. That's where most operators fail. They don't know the deal is dead until it's already cost them millions. Here's the solution. We reset. Underwrite a 7% exit. If it still works, it's real. If it's not, we walk away. So here's what happened with this operator. We sat down, we rebuilt his entire underwriting model from scratch. We used current OERs, real renovation budgets with 20% contingencies, and we underwrote a 7% exit cap. The deal didn't pencil, and that was the best possible outcome. Because instead of losing millions in year 5, he walked away in week 1. And 3 weeks later, he found a deal that did work. Smaller, safer, but strong. Same market, 48 units instead of 70, slightly lower bases, but we ran through the model, it worked. When that 48 unit deal penciled, conservatively, the relief on his face said everything. He didn't just avoid a bad deal, he rebuilt his entire investment strategy. 14% IRR, 1.8 equity multiple, conservative exit cap, fully loaded expenses, and a renovation budget that accounted for reality. He closed, his investors are aligned, and he's no longer chasing outdated models. He's ahead of the curve. While others are about to crash, he's building his next win. So here's what I need you to do before you underwrite your next deal. First, update your expense assumptions. Call 3 property managers in your market right now and ask for their actual operating expense ratios from the last 12 months. Don't guess, don't use old data, call. Second, add 25 to 30% renovation budgets. I don't care if you think you do better, but add the buffer, add delays. Your investors will thank you when it comes under budget instead of over. Third, exit cap rates are higher now, period. If you're underwriting anything below a 6.5 exit cap in most secondary markets, you're setting yourself to be disappointed 5 years later. Use 7 if the deal still works, great. If it doesn't, walk away. Look, I get it. It's hard to find deals that pencil now. The easy money era is over. But you know what? That's actually good news for you because most operators haven't figured this out yet. They're still using 2022 underwriting. They're still chasing deals that don't work. In 18 months, they're going to be stuck. But you won't be. Because now you know these errors that are killing deals and you know how to fix them. If you want to see the exact underwriting template I use, the one that accounts for all of this, let me know. It's built for 2025 and it saves you time from being the next case study. If you want to go deeper on how to actually find deals that work in this market, watch this next video. I break down the exact acquisition strategy, then I'm closing deals while everyone else is sitting on the sidelines. Thanks for watching. Now go fix your underwriting before it's too late.